Right guys, welcome to the channel, start of a new video. So today's going to be a bit different because one, I'm trying a new camera, so please do comment and let me know what the sound quality is like and what it's like versus our other videos. Obviously you can see the Fiesta's on the ramp there. We're going to hopefully get to stripping that one down. We're doing the tear down ready for paint in the next video. But for today, I've got a busy day on for customers' cars. So the first one going to be this little Type R. Now we did some paintwork for the customer last week and we discussed them coming in for us to do machine polish and restore. Well, I didn't tell them about restoring the headlights, but I'm going to restore the headlights for them anyway, just because I think the front end of the car is going to look much better with cleaner headlights. And the second one is a Vauxhall Vivaro. So this one, sorry about the flickering guys, it is a bit bright in the booth, so it affects the camera on this phone. So we've got a dent in the side there, we've got another one just there, look, try and do it in the light. Deeper one there, and then we've got a small one on the side. But because of the various marks and everything else, we're basically just going to paint this side. Much easier to work that way. So anyway, hope it's all right for you guys for us to do this. We're kind of doing this exactly the same thing as what we do with the salvage cars anyway. We're still painting and doing bodywork. So yeah, I'll crack on with it and let's get going. I'll just add as well, one of the reasons why I can't get on with the salvage cars is because in my infinite wisdom, I decided I wanted to sort out my workshop, put things away better and so on and so on. And as you can see, I'm literally upside down whilst trying to do customers' cars. So, you know, sometimes we like to do these things to ourselves and make our life more difficult. This week's one of them weeks. So anyway, let's crack on with these cars. Right, so before I do anything on this, I'm just going to get it covered in snow foam and leave that to set on it for a couple of minutes and just get the grit off it, because obviously when I'm polishing that, I don't want any grit in my way. Right, just going to let that one dry off for a minute, let the water run out of the creases and whatnot, and I'll get it pulled in. Anyway, whilst waiting for that one to dry, we'll go crack on with the Vivaro. Right, so we'll get on with this Vivaro. So, because these dents are deep, I don't just want to fill them, I want to bring them out a little bit. So, basically use a tool which is designed to take the paint off without damaging the metal. So yeah, the problem is with this is that as you're working it, these little bits break off and they go flying everywhere, hence the goggles. So all I'm going to do with it is just strip it off enough so that I can stick I've basically got a spot where I can just stick to it and it allows us to bring the dent out a little bit. So to do that, just got a couple to do. Now this dent here, it looks like it's quite long, but it's only because of the point of impact's here, so it's just sort of sitting in the panel. So I'm just going to pull that a little bit there as well, just to take the depth out of it. Right, let's crack on. Right, and that's essentially all I need to do for that. So you can imagine it just takes it just to being metal. Now that's a little bit too deep for me to get right the way in. And then the little one at the bottom is, again, whilst it's only small, it's quite deep. So yeah, I'll get the tools set up, get the welding pins ready, and crack on from there. Right guys, so how this works is my machine is just going to put voltage through the panel. It's designed so that you haven't got to go to the back side of the panel, you haven't got to take strip out interiors and things like that. Some of them it depends where the dent is and what you're doing as to whether you're going to, whether you have to take things out the back. But on a panel van like this, generally speaking, you're quite safe to do so. So we'll see if this works, because I've got to get a new attachment for it's not working very well. But basically all that happens is you touch that on the panel and you can make it work. Right, for some reason we're not working. Probably about time that I bought a new one, to be fair. Right, like that. So that's just tapped on there. Enough for me to just work the dent out. And basically, that's it. So we'll just work it out, and then we'll get our hammers out and we'll grind it down, get it as best we can so it's not quite as deep. Same for this, same for that. Right, I'll carry on. Right, now we're at that point. Just going to fill up. I'm putting this one on quite thick because I'm going to sand it back down again. Try to get the angle on this so I can get this straight on the panel. Right. So I'll let that set and then we'll block that back. Right, still with the 120 I just used on the disc. This is now set up. So just going to go over it quickly with this, just to take the top off it. Basically put the first bit of shape into it. Switch to a block, and I've got, so this is just a charcoal guide coat. If you've watched my videos, you'll have seen me use this before. And then I've just got 120 on a sanding block, which I'll just finish that with. The problem is with these new vans is the actual metal on them is so thin, makes them quite hard to work with. Right, I'll take too much of this together. So now I've got to that point, what I'll do is I'll mix up a really fine fillet. We use a glaze. we'll just do a really thin skin, just to fill in up, because that's a 120 grit, so it's quite aggressive. I'll basically go over it with a really fine filler, just to finesse it, prime and paint. So yeah, I'm going to crack on, get the other bits done. Right, onto this CIVIC. So I've got some 1500 wet and dry. I've just left soaking for a bit. So there's a couple of ways that I'll do this depending on how bad the paint is. But essentially, I'll just work the car. Again, I'm not a detailer, I'm a body shop. So I'll aim to get it my way. I'm not looking for a glass like finish, I'm just looking for a nice finish. So I'll just work this nice and easy, not too much pressure. Just want to get a nice smooth finish on this, so that we can polish and fetch it up from there. So what I'll do is I'll basically go around this whole panel like this. The other way is, of course, that I'm trying to get it absolutely flat, is that I can use a flat block and basically work it flat on the flat surfaces. And thankfully this car isn't actually bad, so I'll be able to do most of it by hand. When you're working it with the block, it tends to stick more, makes it a bit more difficult, so yeah. So just work it. It's important to note when you're doing this, as you're working it, listen to it, because sometimes you'll get a zipping sound. Now that zipping sound is a characteristic that you've got something stuck, like a little tiny little bit of grit stuck between the paper and the car. So when you're doing it, if you hear a zip sound, you're basically scratching the car as you're doing it. So, right, I'll show you that bit to there. A little marks in there to get out. I'm just going to go over that like this, and then I'll jump onto the next bit. Right, so that's this side flattened down, ready to go. So I'm actually using, I don't know if I've showed this on one of my videos that I did maybe last week. It's a new compound that I'm using. From Raw. This is a ceramic cut, and I've been trying it because it's not the compound that I'd normally use, but we've been trying their stuff just to see what it's like. And to be fair, I actually quite like it. It's quite good. I normally use fabric paint, but we're trying this one for now, so we'll carry on with it. So that's it for this. Basically over the whole side of the car with this one, and then I'll use, they've got a number 3 which is really fine puts a really nice finish on it. So I'm just trying to find my polish brushes. So hopefully you'll be able to see. Switch the camera in. It just puts a nice finish on the car. Obviously there's a bit more to do on it yet, but, and as I said, I'm no detailer. So I'm going to crack on, let's get the rest of this car done. Right, so before we get too in depth into that side, I'm just going to put, so this is a different type of polisher. This is a, so the first one is a rotary, just spins. This one is a BA, so it oscillates and spins at the same time. So the only bit I've been flat and polishing the bits that we've done some paintwork on. And this one is what we're going to go over the rest of the car with, just to put a nice finish on it. This is much more beginner friendly. So I'm going to basically do this instead of using the fine finish that I was going to, just because this will give everything a uniform finish. Crack on. Rest of the car. So we're not taking out every single imperfection in the car, we're just looking for it to put a better finish on it, make it nice and shiny. So yeah, right, I'm going to get on, let's get the headlights done, and then we'll cut back into this car when we are finished. Right, let's get into these lights. So I've zoomed the camera in quite a bit, so you can see what I'm doing. So that's just a 500 disc. I'm going to use that on my DA. So I've taped it off just to protect the paintwork. So tuck away with this. Take off what's gone bad. sanding marks. Again, using the same thing. So a bit of time spent, 1500. You can essentially take out all of the sanding marks I've just put in it, and it's just a case of just keep going, just keep persevering with that. And the results at the end just make it worth it. For essentially what takes around 10-15 minutes aside. Once I've got to a point that we're happy there, wipe up the excess. If all goes well, again, going back to our polisher. It works. And these basically treat it exactly the same as the paint. Unfortunately, you can't really put the marks inside the light, but hopefully, by the time we finish, you'll see the difference between what we started with and what we've got. this is just basically a finer grain compound. It's a finer finish. Simple thing and just shave years off a car. Not even just years of a car, just the appearance is just a much nicer thing. Hence the reason we like to do it. Right. Massive difference. So let's zoom back out. Now when you look at the front of the car, look at the difference between the two headlights now. It just makes it much cleaner looking, much nicer. So right, I'm going to stop filming for that car now because I need to crack on and get it done, ready for the customer today. We'll get some work done on the van. Right then guys, so the first one's done. Got the Civic already. There you go. Hopefully we'll have a happy customer. And them headlights just look, hopefully you'll all agree, them headlights just look much better. So yeah, one down, one to go. Let's see if we can see down the side. Down that way. Hopefully she'll be happy. So, on to the next, let's get this van done. Right, so I'm ready to put the paint on the van. It is going to be a bit noisy because the fan's on and we're all prepped, so everything's prepped and ready. So yeah, we'll get the colour down to finish the day off. So obviously I've got the camera just outside the roof because I don't particularly want to get it coming over. Right guys, that's me done. Nice easy coat on there, dent done in the sides, everything's done. Just got to leave it now until the morning. So yeah, anyway, so that brings me to the end of today. I'm knackered, to be fair. Having done the Type R and painted, got all this one prep ready for paint in the same day. I'm shattered and I'm ready to go home. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, as always, give us a thumbs up. I know it's been a bit of a different video today compared to the salvage ones we've started doing. But it's a bit of an infill video really because of the work I had on. So yeah, as I said, if you've liked it, give us a thumbs up. Please share and subscribe if you haven't already. And that's it, really. Nothing more to say. Sun's shining. It's going to be a nice weekend, I think. It's Friday now, so you guys have a good weekend, and we'll catch you up next week when we get the next video out. Cheers, guys.